Hi folks, welcome back. So today I'm kind of excited to get Metallica on the channel finally. I know there's other reactors out there that come from different walks of life and they're listening to sort of metal bands is their first time, but I'm a metalhead, so and have been for a very, very long time. So there's been a lot of songs that have been suggested for me along the way by people maybe that don't follow the channel that much, don't know much about me, do this, do that, and I can't really react to them because I've heard them before. So for those songs, rather than ignore them, what I'm doing is I'm going to just listen to it and kind of basing it the same as a reaction, in that it's unscripted. I just listen to the song and whatever thoughts come to me, I'll just chat about them. So I don't know what I'm going to say before I do it. But today, we got Fade to Black, which the reason it's on here is because on my Patreon I put up a list for the month of June, I think it was, for a poll, where people could pick on different bands that I have heard before, and I'll pick a song. I think the song was already picked, the song was already picked in this one. Metallica was actually the highest voted one on there. So yeah, Metallica, a band that I've been listening to for easily 25, probably close to 30 years. It's hard for me to recall actually when I first got into them. I remember the Freddie Mercury tribute concert where they played a couple of songs, had a big impact on me as a kid watching. They were just superb. But actually, the main thing that sort of stood out to me back then, I remember, was Lars and the drumming. The drumming was so idiosyncratic. I'd never heard anybody like it before. I know in recent times he's come under a lot of fire. People sort of making fun of Lars or whatever. It seems to be like the in thing to do with his live drum in particular. But actually Lars' really idiosyncratic style was one of my favourite things about Metallica, because it gave them a real identity. It helped give them a real identity, So yeah, that would have been 92. So I'd have been, 8? I can't remember if I wouldn't have seen it back then, but yeah, I was probably 10 or 11 maybe when I seen that for the first time. Then our local library had a lot of the albums, so I used to get the CDs out, copy them onto a cassette, and then listen to them on the way to school, on my Walkman. And Fade to Black is probably still my favourite song of theirs from everything I've listened to. And I think I've listened to everything of Metallica's by now, with possibly the exception of the most recent. Didn't do some stuff with Lou Reed. I don't think I listened to that. Something about self-destruction. Yeah, so I haven't got around to the really modern day stuff, but I've listened to all the old stuff. But yeah, we talk about this till the cows come home. So yeah, if you happen to enjoy this video, guys, if this is the first time you're here, please do like and subscribe. Comment below, what you love about the song, what other songs you'd like to hear me talk about. And if you do enjoy it, want to help support the channel, I've got my own original music I make, and the links are in the description there. You can go to Bandcamp. It's all like mainly metal, proggy kind of instrumental stuff. But yeah, a bit of a blend of all different things, some chiptune in there as well. Or you can join me on Patreon, or you can leave a tip on Buy Me a Coffee. So yeah, without further ado, Fade to Black, let's do it. What an introduction. What an introduction. It's kind of like a song within a song, really, isn't it? Very classical in nature. The ornamentation on the lead guitar, you know, lots of little sort of ornaments and, yeah, akikaturas, appoggiaturas, those kind of things. It's funny because thinking about back when I would have heard this as a kid, you know, classical piano lessons were the main thing I was doing back then. You know, I did listen to a lot of this kind of stuff, but I didn't really start playing the electric guitar until maybe just a wee bit older than this. So I think I can hear why this really appealed to me back then as a kid, because there's something about the style of this kind of reminds me of classical music. So yeah, the production, really odd, but in a good way. So, you know, it's typical that you would have the melody, the main melody, which is the lead guitar, of course, prominent. And although it's sort of centered in the mix, the volume of it to me sounds like it's under the acoustic guitars. So they're the driving force, which the acoustics sound double track to me, which would make sense to sort of fill that, you know, the stereo image, if you like. But yeah, so the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, that is driving on. Typically in classical music, you would take that accompaniment and have it lower and the melody up above it. So to reverse that round there, of course, that'll be intentional within the mix. But it makes the melody sound like it's almost come from somewhere else, even though it's in the center. It gives the music a really three-dimensional sound. It's very cinematic. It doesn't sound like it's immediately here. We've got the acoustic guitar that's mainly here, but that melody sounds like it could be coming from another world, you know. I do get a wee bit esoteric sometimes, but really it's very evocative. Even the drums, the bum-bum, whether you want to call that a heartbeat or, you know, like a call to something coming, you know, like a war cry or something, I don't know. But even those toms, like in modern day, I would expect those to be right up front, bum-bum. You know, Game of Thrones style, you know, all that percussion like right here. Do you hear how far away they are in the distance? Again, we're getting like so much depth in the production, not everything just here, but yeah, all those different places. Also, the single thread of the synthesizer coming into the beginning, taken over by the guitar, that quivers a little bit. Almost sounds to me like, even though it's a single note, it sounds like it could be a couple of different synthesizers layered as well. I don't know. I'm just explaining what I hear. So let's take some of that stuff in again. So hopefully the points I'm trying to make are a little bit more obvious. And to me, I kind of hear two tones in that. I hear like almost more like what would it be? A square wave, and that you're getting that sort of synthesized string kind of sound, and then you've got this more direct. So you've got a closed nasally sound and one that's sort of emulating a string. They sound like they're layered. Also, to hear the difference in attack of the picking, da 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 da. I'm guessing in order for that to come across, there can't be too much in the way of compression on that, at least at this point, because you can really hear a lot of contrast in the dynamics. If it particularly listen to the da 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 da, that note, the first time you hear it, it jumps way out. The next time it comes around, it's down low. So there's so much dynamics within the playing that's been retained in the production. It hasn't just been compressed and sort of stripped of all that humanity, which, you know, there's different arguments. Compression works, we need it in order for it to be there in the mix, but I love the fact that this hasn't been just so compressed that that's just flat and devoid of contrast, because it gives it a far more human element to be able to hear those inconsistencies in the accents and the notes. The note choices in the guitar, the lead line. Partly why I'm talking about this classical thing is that every note has its place, you know, it's not just solo time, you know, like you just stick just play something. At least it doesn't sound like that. If it came out like that, then that's just fucking unreal. God's gift, you know. But it sounds like, you know, it's been years and years and years and years since I've listened to this. I have all the Metallica stuff, or most of the Metallica stuff on CD. So it's a long, long time. Don't even own a CD player anymore. Long time since I've listened to this. But all those melodic phrases and stuff like that, they're still in there. They're wedged in there, you know, and I'm sure they were even after a first or second listen. They're so hooky, so memorable, so full of emotion, not just running up and down scales and all the rest of it, you know? Yeah. There's the ornamentation. The way everything comes together in the little run here coming up. Beautiful. There's that idiosyncratic drumming, cymbals on the offbeat. Oh, beautiful. Listen to the drum fill. Comes from way over here right into the center. Just love the way all the instruments come together there. Let's go back a little bit. Huge snare. Hear that bass tone as well. Old Cliff there, you know, lovely to hear bass, unique bass tones in this sort of genre. Of course, it's very much in the classical sort of style at this point, even within a metal band. But I just love to hear a bass tone cutting through there. It's not just down underneath a guitar. It's just adding weight. It's its own thing. Boom! Beautiful slide. Just before we move into the vocals, or the verse, if we like, you hear the reverse delay on the vocals there. You can hear James ahead of time. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. It's like a reverse delay. You know, back in these days, you know, it probably would have been a wee bit sort of convoluted to get that. You know, probably using tape and stuff to play the tape backwards, whatever. But it's giving you that, you know, whenever he goes to sing live, you can hear it coming backwards in, you know, yeah, there's modern day, when I've done that stuff on my own now, I mean, you can literally, within your DAW, you can just flip, you can flip it. Am I right in saying it's been a while since I've used that effect? So you flip the audio and then you record it with delay or reverb, and then you flip it back, and then you get that feeling of, you know, it coming from the backwards, you know, coming in early, I feel like, not behind it, but before it. I think that's it. But yeah, maybe go and research that. I might need to do so again. It's been a while, but I think I've got that right. Coming out of the mist. Oh, yes. Do you know what I really love about the vocal style, or the stanza style or whatever? You know, the lyrics are really, really beautiful, because it's part of the reason why I really love this one. You know, you have to connect to a song in some way, like, you know, it's kind of dark or whatever, but everything's just, yeah, a big melting pot of all stuff that really, really works. But what I love is that you get this sort of question and answer within it. It's almost like what you would get in like an opera, you know, where, you know, you've got one character beginning the phrase and then the second character taking off over the second half of the phrase, and James is doing that himself. In the direction of the melody, the first half of the phrases sort of point up towards, even though the lyrics don't always link with the upwards hope kind of connotation, sometimes it is really dark what he's talking about, but to hear how the melody pushes up, it would make me think of something hopeful, but then the second half of the phrase returns down, you know, so it's this sort of, it sounds like a sort of battle of like, is there something to look after or look forward to? No, ultimately there's not. So the music has this beautiful ebb and flow. It's very conflicted sounding, just in the style of the notes heading up in the beginning, coming down, and yeah. So there's a dark lyric that goes up, but there's nothing more to give down. Even his phrasing and his the sort of tone within his voice changes, almost like it's a conversational kind of thing. Da 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 da. Question. Da 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 da. You know, answer. You know, beautiful. Tone. Actually, it's just occurring to me now that the shaping of the guitar riff actually mirrors what he's doing vocally. Da 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 da. You know, up down, up down. Great drum fills in there. It's just fuck. Love the way everything's in unison. You know, Lars doesn't just play da dun da dun dun da dun bum bum da da dun bum bum. Everything comes together. Again, very classical. Guitar harmonies. Fuck, man. I mean, I love that drumming. It's just so interesting to listen to. Listen to his fills. Simple chokes. Beautiful. Right, so which one is it? That bit always reminded me of Black Sabbath song. It's something off Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Can't remember. It's been so long since I've listened to that as well. Is it National Acrobat or can't remember. Da 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 da. This the Metallica bit sounds more. Da 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 da. There's something really really similar to a Black Sabbath song. I used to remember which one it was, but I can't right now. But even now, it sends me back to that. This gets a little da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun. That makes me think of Iron Maiden a little bit, just something about the style. That's why I don't sing. Somebody will put it in the notes. Definitely off that album. I love the way the vocals come straight in on this too. Oh, that minor third harmony up there on the guitar. So much power in that riff. The guitar again comes out of nowhere. Even though it's a guitar solo, there's something there about that guitar. It sounds like the brother or something of the one from the beginning. You know, the way that there's something linked in the phrasing and stuff like that there that to me gives this whole thing cohesiveness. Definitely some Randy Rhoads. There's some Randy Rhoads riff I remember, or lick I remember learning as a something very similar to that. Even then, though, you know, you have to say to Kirk, you know, again, he's got his own unique way of playing, you know. So there's, of course, like, I mean, you hear little traces of different players and everything you do because we're all influenced as musicians to other musicians, and you get little drips and drabs or whatever of other things coming through. But again, Kirk, very idiosyncratic in what he's doing, so that helps again craft this really individual feel. Double kick. Oh yeah. Oh, man. Fucking hell. Loves his triplets. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So much more dramatic than just like the 16th notes. Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle. That's all in there, but that da-da-da-da-da-da. There's something against, you know, 3 against 2 or 3 against 4 with everything else. It always gives that sense of real sort of drama. Paid to black. Oh well. That's a cracker, as we say here in Northern Ireland. Fuck, that's a cracker. Yeah, So yeah, there's going to be some more songs on the channel of things I've listened to and I'm already familiar with, like, so we'll do that. You know, I guess it's a bit different from the reaction, so you're missing out on me hearing something for the first time, but hopefully you can still find some enjoyment in whatever I'm doing here. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe. Have a look through the channel. My own music on there, piano covers, tons of reactions and different things in there, so hopefully you'll find something that piques your interest. Thanks for watching if you've made it this far, and hope to see you again. All the best.